I don't know if this comes as a surprise to you, because honestly, people are expecting Abby Steiner to go crazy in her runs. Well, she once again didn't disappoint. At the recently concluded NYC Grand Prix 2023, Abby
Steiner, with all of that 400-meter strength, is coming through, and it will be Abby Steiner taking the victory in the women's 200 meters, 22.19 seconds.
Yes, you heard that right. Abby Steiner soared to 22.19 seconds, leading the pack in the women's 200 meters. She was closely followed by Tamara Clark at 22.43 seconds and Jenna Prandini at 22.51 seconds. You should know, if you didn't already, that the NYC Grand Prix is a gold-level stop on World Athletics Continental Tour, and clearly, Abby didn't disappoint. In fact, reigning national champion Abby Steiner, who sped to a 21.77 in 2022 to top the US list, has already won 3 races at her specialty distance this year, including a season best of 22.23 seconds. Even though Abby was only second to Gabby Thomas at the Paris Diamond League meet, Abby remains good-natured about it.
How you've maintained your success, because I'm pretty sure you're undefeated in the 200 so far this year.
Gabby got me in Paris.
Okay.
And she knows that her time will come.
You know, being patient and confident in that training cycle, knowing it'll come at the right time.
In the process of turning pro, here's how Abby did it.
Just letting go of last year, not letting go of, the runner I am, but letting go of the times, trying to feel like I need to be in the same place as I was last year, because that's not the case. I don't want to be peaked for June, I want to be peaked for August. So
Abby also shared how she understands the need to be patient, with herself mostly.
Yeah, it's really just kind of getting used to that timeline and just being patient with myself, not being too hard on myself, as I figure it out.
Besides her exemplary skills on the track, Abby's bright personality made people love her even more. In fact, she is so much loved that when she visited her high school alma mater, Dublin Kaufman, a mural of herself was unveiled. Unsurprisingly, people had a lot of good things to say about her.
I've known Abby for a very, very long time, since she was in middle school, and watching her go from being a middle school soccer player and basketball player to a world-class track athlete, it's just been an amazing experience.
Her former teachers and coaches were very proud to see her back and to see how much she's grown.
And it's so great to see Abby here, getting to enjoy that she gets to enjoy this moment, and people get to celebrate her in her hometown.
Abby, on the other hand, was deeply touched by the warm welcome and welcoming smiles from the people waiting for her arrival.
Kind of a surreal feeling looking up and seeing my face on a mural. I mean, this is where I started running, and this was the community that really gave me a platform to grow as a runner and learn to love the sport.
Besides feeling honored about the mural of herself, it was a humbling experience as well.
It really gave me a moment to stop and reflect and see the little girl that I started out doing the sport and what I've grown into.
Abby also shared how
I never would have known running at Sells, lining up for my first 100-meter race, not even knowing how to use blocks, how it would have turned into me running on a world stage.
At the unveiling event, Abby talked with supporters and signed autographs. Mind you, almost 200 people came out to see her at the event, which was sponsored by Puma.
The community of it, as you can see here today, so many people came out to support.
Humbled and overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and support of the people.
How am I going to thank all of these people, because there have been so many pillars in my career that I can think of from Dublin.
She shared that Dublin Kaufman saw her grow as an athlete and a person.
I think there are so many people, coaches, staff, teammates that helped shape me, and I just had positive experiences in every aspect of my life growing up here.
Abby Steiner is an athlete who looks at both the past and the future. She never forgets where she came from and how she came to be the person and athlete that she is now. But she also has her eyes set on the goal, whether it be in the near-term future or longer than that, like the 2024 Olympics perhaps. In fact, Abby Steiner is among the rising stars to watch out for at the Track and Field World Championships. Why, you may ask? Well, it was Abby who took the Nigeria's rising star favorite Opheli's collegiate record away. Abby lowered Opheli's record of 21.96 to 21.80 at the NCAA Championships in June of last year. Remarkably, she equaled that time in the US Championships and trial semifinals before going on to win the event in 21.77. Okay, some of you may argue that all that happened last year and we're now in a new season. Sorry to burst your bubble if you're not Abby's fan, but she has been performing exceptionally well this season. Besides her recent win at the US ATF NYC Grand Prix Women's 200 meters, she has bagged, or should I say ran, several wins this season. In fact, in May, Abby clocked a wind-aided time of 22.06 seconds, 3.1 milliseconds to secure victory in the women's 200-meter dash at the US ATF Bermuda Grand Prix, part of the 2023 World Athletics Continental Tour Gold Series. The month before that, Abby won the women's 200 meters, clocking a time of 22.30 seconds, 1.5 milliseconds, to win a Heat 10 and break the stadium record of 22.45 seconds at the 2023 Michael Johnson Invitational held at Clyde Hart Track and Field Stadium in Waco, Texas. The record Abby broke was previously set by Bahamas' Tinya Gaither in 2022. This record win was Abby's second 200-meter outing this outdoor season, following her winning performance at the Miramar Invitational earlier that month. And since I've already mentioned it, Abby Steiner won the women's 200-meter at the 2023 Miramar Invitational, where she went against Tamari Davis, Kayla White, Anthonique Strachan, Kira Jefferson, Seda Williams, and Kiara Parker. Abby emerged victorious, clocking at 22.23 seconds. That's not all. She also set a new American record at the 2023 Millrose Games when she broke the indoor American record in the 300-meter sprint in a new national record of 35.54 seconds, putting her third on the world all-time list behind Irina Privalova and Shanae Miller-Weibo. With all these wins, she is considered by many as the Queen of 200. But according to her,
Abby Steiner.
Yes.
The Queen of 200.
Not yet.
Yeah, he said not yet.
Not yet. There's a few I gotta beat first.
Okay.
so what can we expect from her from here? Well, we all know that we are expecting a lot from her. But the question is, what does Abby expect from herself?
Obviously, just focus on trials right now, making that team. Once we make that team, then we'll start to focus on that podium.
That said, let's keep a watchful eye on her and her progress and see if she will indeed achieve a podium finish as she expects to. But if her recent races are any indication, I'd say that goal isn't too impossible to achieve. Abby has continuously amazed us since she was in high school until now that she's turned pro. Although she'd suffered her share of loss in a couple of her races this year, that does not discount the fact that Abby Steiner is an extremely talented athlete. And her latest proof of that is her latest win at the gold-level stop at the World Athletics Continental Tour. What's more, Abby Steiner was not the only U.S. athlete to win the first place in the said event. Aaliyah Hobbs captured the women's 100-meter with a 10.98. It was also considered to be a golden day on the track for a trio of world champion American athletic stars, with wins for Noah Lyles in the 200-meter, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone in the 400 meters, and Athing Mo in the 800 meters. The victories served as final preparation ahead of the U.S. Track and Field Championships. Lyles was unbothered with a 19.82 in the 200 meters, easily fending off Isama Singha, who clocked at 20.25. Meanwhile, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, the Olympic and world champion in the 400-meter hurdles, continued her foray into the 400-meter flat as she clocked a career-best 49.51 to topple compatriot Gabby Thomas, who was second at 50.29. Athing Mo, on the other hand, made her season debut as she soared to victory, a 1:58.73 sealing victory early on in the meet. Of course, their other compatriots are not about to be outclassed. Kenny Harrison rolled to a win in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Her 2.29 time wind-aided 2.6 milliseconds, while Danielle Roberts scored an upset win over Devon Allen in the 110-meter hurdles, 13.01 to 13.04. Allen, who ran the third fastest time ever at this meet a year ago with a time of 12.84, said he's still satisfied with his preparation ahead of the U.S. Championships. There you have it. These are the athletes we are rooting for. Well, among others. But Abby Steiner, she's one to watch out for sure. That said, let me just leave this here.
I think just the 200, but not for sure yet. So we'll see. Yeah.
Watch this to see who else you should keep your eyes on this season.